The Washington Commanders fall short in preseason game number 1 against the New York Jets, 20-17. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah coming at you with another post-game reaction. It's been a minute since I've been on the channel. Just moved back in, getting things started. My mic isn't working right now, so if the audio is pretty bad, I'm sorry about that. But we just had some Commanders football, and it was very much needed. It's been a long couple months this offseason with all the Jayden Daniels hype, all the moves, this front office, bringing in new guys and new faces, a whole new roster, a whole new regime. It was exciting first game against the Jets. Just good to get to see like the players play. And we'll start off with the man of the hour, Jayden Daniels. That first drive that they had, it was a lot of dump offs, but that third and I think it wasn't third and long, but it was his first completion. It was a deep ball to DeAndre Brown, and it was a beautiful catch and throw. Like it just shades of like what he could do in college. And it was funny because I saw on Twitter that that first completion would look similar to his first completion in college. So just something cool. But man, Jayden Daniels, and then on that drive, it was read option touchdown, third and goal. You love to see it. Hopefully, we don't use him. We don't do that anymore in the preseason because probably teams are going to expect it, or he just doesn't play at all. But it was exciting to see the offense like run the ball a lot early and often. I guess before we start actually like not criticizing, but talk about stuff that we didn't like. Talk about more about what was interesting. The new kickoff rules, they kind of look kind of whack, at least for me. Like it's just so hard to like comprehend that. Like it's just like you have to wait for them to catch it. The returner has to catch the ball then go. It looks weird, and I'm pretty sure like coaches are gonna find a way to scheme ways up to like defend that or like attack that with that new rule and give them an advantage. But we'll see. Hopefully, our special teams can like cook up some interesting formations and designs and plays to execute. And we'll talk about the kicking side of the ball later. But like I said before, this preseason game number 1 against the Jets, the joint practice this week. It was pretty wet in New York or in Rutherford. And again, I wasn't like that much on like if anything bad happens during practice, like it is what it is. Like it's wet. A lot of the completion that Jayden Daniels was having was short dump offs. And we also saw what Garrett Wilson did to Emmanuel Forbes. I'll get on Emmanuel Forbes in a second. I mean, Garrett Wilson, he's a all pro receiver. I think this year definitely could be in the top 5 candidates for the receiver position. But I guess we can go back to Jayden Daniels. It was a great debut, preseason debut. Again, it's like a 40-yard bomb to DeAndre Brown, great throw and catch. His ability to stay poised in the pocket, that was something to look at. Nicole Williams says, yep, J85 looked good. Thank you for tuning in, man. I think it was just something positive to see. Like everyone on Twitter was going crazy saying, I've seen enough. Crown him Rookie of the Year, him over Caleb. Obviously, we have to pump the brakes, but it was a great debut by Jayden Daniels. And just the idea that we're not like already air raiding, like we didn't like just pass every play. We're running the ball with Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson, who both look good. But I was hyped for that Jayden Daniels touchdown, man. I mean, his legs, it's a threat when we use RPOs. And then we have a 2 good running back duo with Robinson and Eckler. Like this is going to be a pretty good offense, I think. Way better than last year, of course. Hopefully, Cliff Kingsbury, pulling all those tricks out of his bag, make this offense somewhat top 10, top 15. What else did we see? Emmanuel Forbes had an early on pass breakup. That was good to see, although he did give up a touchdown to some, I think, 3rd string or 4th string receiver on the Jets, Brownlee. That was pretty disappointing to see. Emmanuel Forbes this year, put up or shut up, as much as fans want to say. And even last year, if you look back at the videos, I said that we should have took Christian Gonzalez like everyone else. And early and often, people were saying it's too early to give up on him, but it's his 2nd year. If somewhat this year he's worse than last year, then it's a major cause of concern. The panic button's already, our hands almost on it, but if this year is nothing to show that he's improved, then just bam, press that panic button. He did put on some muscle, which is good to see, but again, like you can't get beat by 2nd string, 3rd string quarterbacks or receivers when you're going up against the AJ Browns of the world, the CeeDee Lambs of the world, Malik Neighbors now, Emmanuel Forbes. And I'm really hesitant. I'm really concerned about the secondary. Mike Sinastro, I think he'll be a stud. He's a rookie, but Ben St. Juste at 1. They're really banking on Emmanuel Forbes to have a big leap and take that role of being the cornerback 1 of this team. Pretty scary in my opinion. I guess the one thing that gives me a little more confidence is that Joe Witt and Dan Quinn, head coach, had a big role in like the development of Deron Bland, who last year had led the league in like pick sixes, and Trevon Diggs, his rookie year was not that good. I just think like wait and see approach this year because it's a whole new regime. It's not under Jack Del Rio or Ron Rivera. It's like an adequate coaching staff. So Emmanuel Forbes, it was good to see a positive, but that touchdown of giving up that touchdown was just embarrassing to like a second string quarterback when you're a first round rookie or second picked in the first round. Okay. Talk about special teams again. Zacchaeus, I always mess up his first name. Alamara Zacchaeus, the guy that was I think on the Falcons or Eagles. He looked nice out there, receiving wise and punt return wise. So between him and Casimir Allen and maybe Austin Eckler, I'm not sure. Jamison Crowder, I forget that we have him too. It's going to be very interesting to see who is that punt returner / kickoff returner come week 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it's good to see him out there making plays. I'm looking at notes I wrote down during the game, just some things, some thoughts. Emmanuel Forbes, when they gave up the touchdown, it was 7-7. Dyami Brown had some nice catches. It was good to see that. It's funny because a lot of people claim that Dyami Brown just finds a way to make the roster every single year, even though like in the regular season doesn't really show up. But last year there was some flashes with Sam Howell, and then a couple years ago when he had that 2-touchdown game against the Tennessee Titans. So we've seen Dyami Brown, third round guy, I think going into his third year or fourth year, but again, he's definitely battling for that wide receiver 4 or 3 with Luke McCaffrey, Bryson Tremaine, Casimir Allen. There's a lot of guys on this team. Zacchaeus, wide receiver room is pretty interesting to see how many receivers they keep on the roster. But no, Dyami Brown, I'm hoping for him to take that big step and be that wide receiver 3 now that Curtis Samuel is gone. Riley Patterson, kicking competition, missed a 39-yarder in perfect weather. It was like no excuse to miss it. So that's pretty embarrassing, especially in Washington where we haven't seen an adequate kicker, or not even an adequate kicker. Every year we go into, we're not even confident in this guy. But this year we don't even know who to be confident in because it's Riley Patterson, and now they brought in they had another guy competing in the game. It was I think his last name is Ahmad Ramsey something, Ahmad Ramsey or whatever. Butchering his name, but he made an extra point in a 40-yarder, so that was pretty good to see. I think right now after today's game, he definitely Ahmad has the advantage over Riley Patterson. You just can't miss a 39-yarder. KJ Henry had a nice play in the backfield. Ben Sinnott, another guy this rookie draft class man, if he can pan out, this draft class will look amazing coming in a couple of years. He had a 44-yarder from Jeff Driscoll, catch and run. It was just carrying defenders on him. That's great to see. Really haven't had a crazy tight end threat ever since Jordan Reed when he dealt with injuries. When Jordan Reed was healthy, he was up there with like Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and all those other guys in like 2016, 2017. But Ben Sinnott, man, it's gonna be an interesting year to see how he pans out with Cole Turner and the other guys that we have in the tight end room. Luke McCaffrey had some nice catches. Casimir Allen, really, really fast, really, really shifty. I think we used the end around. We did an end around play on him, so using him as a gadget weapon. The running back Wiley had a touchdown. Tress Way had a nice tackle on a punt return that honestly could have like gone like been like a huge gain. But those are my notes for today's preseason game number 1. I wanted to keep it a short live stream because it is preseason. You don't want to blow everything out of proportion, but it's good to see the young guys play out there. Next week we have, I think, the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken, and they're doing practice against the Dolphins too. So football is back. It's great to see. Jayden Daniels, I think, played great today. That long throw to Dyami, really like on social media, and fans are just so happy about to see that, hey, we might actually have found a QB1 in Washington. Emmanuel Forbes, again, the jury is still out on him. I'm not really that much confident, but week 1, he's going to have a good test against Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So we'll see. If there's any chance that he's worse this year compared to last year, then he's definitely going to be on the way out. And it sucks. It really sucks that we picked him over Christian Gonzalez, and Christian Gonzalez last year had an amazing year before he got injured. So I think that's pretty much it from the Commander standpoint. I didn't really care about the outcome of the game. I just wanted to see us play good. Oh, I will say, though, Sam Hartman definitely needs to play more than Jeff Driscoll. I'd rather see Sam Hartman play than Jeff Driscoll or any other quarterbacks on this roster. I keep forgetting who the other ones. Oh, Marcus Mariota. I don't mind Mariota because maybe you never know when we need him in game for like a trick play or two. But Sam Hartman should get more reps. Sam Hartman looked pretty nice out there. Looked calm, cool, and collected. But we'll see. The wide receiver room, like I said, with Terry and Jahan, that's a lock. Diami, Luke McCaffrey, Bryson Tremaine is that big body that we desperately need because we don't really have a big body receiver. It used to be Cam Sims for a while, but he's out there. Why not bring Cam Sims back? I don't see the harm in that. But we'll see about the wide receiver room. Am I missing anything else? I think that's pretty much it. Didn't see much of the linebackers make any crazy, but Frankie Louis was in the backfield a couple times. Bobby Wagner, Jamin Davis didn't really see a lot out of. Hopefully, it's going to be a big year for him too because they're trying to use him in that Micah Parsons role that Dan Quinn had Micah in Dallas. So obviously, I'm not saying he's going to be Micah Parsons, but again, like this is the whole new coaching staff, whole new defensive scheme, offense. You just got to take it a week by week approach, and I was pretty positive. There was a lot more positive to take out than negatives for this preseason game number 1. But that's pretty much it, guys. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the DMV Sports Zone channel. I'd like to push out as much fire content as possible. Follow us on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at DMV Sports Zone. Again, my mic isn't working, so I don't know if the quality is going to be good, at least the audio-wise. I think the camera quality is pretty good, but I'm officially back. I'm going to try to post out more content out there. Football season is back. The Olympics final is happening right now, so hopefully Team USA pulls it out and wins gold. That was a crazy game they had against Serbia in the semifinals. But yeah, it's time of year where football season's back. VT football, I'm excited for that too. Hopefully they can make it deep and win maybe the ACC. Who knows? We'll see. But that's pretty much it, guys. Preseason game number 2 is in the books. Peace. The NFL's back. And Commanders football is back.